Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
We got to shake hands with Brian Bellows.
We did. We got a photo with Brian Bellows, the legend.
The legend.
Not Bill Barber.
Not
Brian Bellows.
Justin struggles with the
names.
double, with all names.
Yes.
But specifically with initials. See, Stan Lee, he had the same issue as me. He named a lot of his side characters with the same initial first last name because it was easier for him to remember, like Pepper Potts and...
Oh, he did the alliteration.
The alliteration names.
Sure.
And so Brian Bellows and Bill Barber, like in my mind, they just stick as
what
BB.
we're talking. Well, okay, so I thought you were doing a bit.
Yeah.
I really did
I
think
don't
you were
do
doing a
bits.
bit. What we're talking about is
I'm not-
Justin posted to social media with the man, Mr. Bill Barber. Now, to be fair, it was very late.
It was really late.
It was very late at night when he posted it. But you had earlier said to me, like, Bill
Well-
Barber, and it was like a joke,
Yes.
and it somehow worked your way
Yeah,
back into your psyche.
It messed with my head.
Even though you knew it was Brian Bellows, it was Brian Bellows night. The jersey said Brian Bellows. The banner said Brian Bellows.
At the end of the last episode, we said Brian Bellows banner night, Brian Bellows banner night.
Yeah.
Trying to
And then
stick it
when
in there.
And when you go to share it to your personal profile,
Yeah.
not the OudPod profile, but
No.
your personal
Yeah.
Instagram profile, you put up Mr. Bill Barber. And I replied to it immediately when I saw it. I thought you were doing a bit. I thought it was so clever because who's really going to get it on your personal profile anyway?
Yeah.
I thought you were joking. And then you came back and you were like, damn it. And I was like, oh, he messed that up. So that was funny.
Yeah.
Because that's not very on brand for you.
I'm terrible
Yeah.
with names.
Yeah.
That's
When
that's
we
what-
met him, I
when
was
we
like,
met him.
it was like, Mr. Bellows, nice to meet you.
I said that too.
Yeah.
I said his right name.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, I don't think my hand is ever going to recover from that handshake.
It was very,
That was like a steel vice of a handshake.
that's a man's handshake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I lost a man point.
The
that
man
night.
boys, the man boys of the OudPod
Yeah,
we learned how to give a strong handshake.
Yes,
That's what
100%.
we learned. And eventually, perhaps these hands will have the strength in them. I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
one
see.
day.
Maybe
One
one
day.
day.
Not by doing a podcast, though.
Just carpal tunnel from all that editing, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the OudPod, where we're talking Kitchener-Rangers hockey with the oddballs themselves, Andrew and Justin. Take it away, fellas.
All right. Okay. So last week we were talking trades.
Yeah.
And we recorded on Tuesday. Again, we're
Yeah.
recording on Tuesday this week.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like we were done trading on
No.
Tuesday last week,
I agree.
but I did not anticipate the mega deal with the devil that we ended up making through the end of the week. It was like Wednesday, I think,
Yeah.
was when this, because we didn't actually trade on trade deadline day.
No,
We were done.
we were done.
But it made sense after you saw this trade.
I'm going to be honest. I listened back to the episode and I was like, what are these two jokers talking about?
Yeah.
The championship window opening and being open in 2027.
No.
Nope.
It's this year.
It's this year.
It's 100%
it's
this year?
100% this year.
Yep.
Because everything changed.
Yes.
Everything changed.
So this trade, again, you live under a rock and you only listen to the OudPod for all your Kitchener Rangers news. You wouldn't know about this, but
That's
then
true.
if you watch the games, you would know about this.
That's
So
true.
anyways,
That's true.
we did 2 trades on Wednesday last week, but really it was one trade, and it
Yeah.
was with the London Knights.
Very strange.
Very strange. So even though there were 2 trades, we can talk about that a little bit, but
Yeah.
overall, we traded 11 draft picks and the rights to Kane Barch to the London Knights for Jared Woolley and their captain, Sam O'Reilly. Yeah,
Jaw dropping.
which made it 10 captains moved at the trade deadline this year. Thank you, Mallory, for doing that legwork for us.
I saw that. She
Yeah.
did the math.
That's where I got it from.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 captains moved during the trade deadline. That's crazy.
That is.
That's half the league.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's half the league's captains were traded.
half the league, except did you see the OHL just acquired 2 new teams
For next-
mid-season?
For next year, this is a leak.
I don't know if
I think this is a data leak.
Well, according to the OHL site, they've joined mid-season.
Yeah, and
They have 0 games
they have
played
0
and
points.
0 wins. So
But the Gatineau Olympics and
Olympics.
and the Rouyn Noranda Huskies.
Yeah.
I butchered that.
Yeah, but
I'll
we're-
get it right when they're in the league.
when they're
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't know when their first game is. It must be this week.
But their penalty killing percentage is 100%.
Yeah, good for them.
So
Yeah. So if you look on the,
we'll
you look
post
on
this in the screenshot.
Yeah, we'll put a screenshot on the video here. So
Yeah.
if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it, or
Yeah.
we'll put it on an Instagram as well. But yeah, the OHL website right now has 2 QMJHL teams on the standings page. The ones that Andrew just said that I'm not going to try and say, the Olympics and the Huskies, and yeah.
But here's the thing.
Albert and Sam French.
Here's what I'll say though: is they're both on the border.
Are they on the border?
They're both teams are on the border.
Oh yeah, because one's Gatineau. So
One's
it's like-
Gatineau.
so it's right across from Ottawa.
And one is like directly north of Toronto because you know how it like moves over. Like it's pretty far over west.
So breaking news. The OHL is acquiring 2 QMJHL teams next season.
I'm telling you, we're breaking this news right
Breaking
now.
news.
And don't worry, we'll tag the OHL official and the Q.
and the Q.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the CHL.
And then
For comment.
for comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
As of this recording, they did not reply for comment because we didn't ask them.
Right. Not yet. Yeah. But we're posting a clip of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the trade. So half the captains traded. So Jared Woolley and Sam O'Reilly now
Yeah.
on Kitchener Rangers. Great debuts.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them in their 2 games that they played with us already, but
Absolutely.
insane.
And I heard on today's OHL podcast, we're recording on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
On the OHL podcast, with Mike Farwell and Dan Mahar, they said that both those players, their first goal of the season came on shorthanded goals. First goal as a Kitchener
As a
Ranger.
Kitchener Ranger. Yes, they did.
Guess who else's did?
Dylan Edwards. Yes. Oh yeah.
That's weird. Did Gabriel Sherratt
Yes.
score shorthanded?
It was the same penalty that O'Reilly scored on, wasn't it? He bounced it off the board on the shorthanded.
No.
I think so.
We got to look that
You
up.
look that up now.
I've got that right now. No, it
No.
wasn't shorthanded.
It wasn't shorthanded.
Okay, but 3
3 of 4, and 1 was an empty netter, which was pretty
yeah,
cool too.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the trade. Sorry.
Back to the trade. Yeah. Okay, Jared Woolley, great showing. Like he's got a different style of play than we have on this team. Like
Oh boy, did they need Jared Woolley?
Yeah.
It's you know what was funny is we were talking about adding size and grit. That's what we said.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
yeah,
Jared Woolley
Jared
is
Woolley is size and grade.
and he also has beautiful hands because we saw him come out of the box, receive a pass,
Yeah.
and go in and score a shorthanded breakaway.
Breakaway.
It was 4-on-3, 5-on-3.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the box and goes in 5-on-4 and scores.
Yes.
And
And it wasn't just like he skated in and shot.
it
He,
wasn't
like,
a defenseman goal.
No, it was a silky deaky,
Yeah.
real nice,
Yeah.
real pretty
It
goal.
was like a power forward with hands.
Yeah, it was a
kind
little bit
goal.
of it had a little Romano to it. Like
Yeah, Jared Woolley is a great player. Is what
Yes.
I've only seen him now. Obviously I saw him and he frustrated me as a London Knight because
Yeah.
he was good. But I've seen him now play 2 games for the Kitchener Rangers, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's that. That's that problem taken care of.
Yep.
Size and grit.
Yep.
And also he happens to have silky mitts. So yeah, and I would never say that someone is the throw-in because they're both such good players. But Sam O'Reilly was like the big name in the press that was said to be because he's the captain and because he was a first round draft pick. And I understand all that. And he was involved in like an NHL trade already and all that kind of stuff. I understand that. But like Jared Woolley on his own, we're just getting Jared Woolley.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup.
yeah, it's totally great. And,
And
then
then-
we also got Sam O'Reilly.
And then also we got the captain of the London Knights, Sam
Yeah.
O'Reilly.
So it's really interesting because London obviously is like just not going for it this year. Which
They're 3 points behind the Kitchener Rangers when they made this.
and when have we? I mean, we're new, but like when does London ever not go for it? It's so weird.
If any other team did this,
Yeah,
punted 4th in the conference, 3 points out of the division lead,
yes,
fan bases would lose their minds.
Yeah.
Only in London could they be like, yeah, it makes
Oh,
sense.
we're not good enough.
That
this
makes sense. We're not good enough to win it.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. That is their mentality.
That is
for
the
sure.
mentality. Good on them. That was a very savvy trade, I think,
Yeah, I think
was
so.
because realistically.
Now they've loaded up so they can never lose again.
I know. And I think those guys, we talked about the overager problem last week. Now there's 10 overagers next year. I think if London is willing to trade these guys, I think there might be some alternate plans next year for these two.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'll say
Yeah.
without speculating. I'm just saying that I'd be very surprised
Sure.
if they played in the OHL next year. That's all I'll say.
Andrew speculating without speculating.
Yeah.
Oh, and there were also two picks that came back to Kitchener. So there was two trades. So there was I think there were 10 draft picks traded for Jared Woolley and Sam O'Reilly, and then there were 2 draft picks from London, 1 draft pick, and the rights to Kane Barch in a second trade. And that's only because I believe you can't trade the rights for players or some. There's something along
you
those
don't
lines.
get the compensatory
compensatory
pick.
Right.
You don't get the compensatory pick if you trade the player's rights for anything but a draft pick.
Right. And one of the picks we got back from London in that second trade was a compensatory pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
That's the clarification on that.
Yeah.
So yes, there were technically two trades, but obviously this was one trade.
It was just two different photocopies sent to of the paperwork.
Yeah, because rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew, we got 2 games to talk about this week.
Yes.
This is our last 2-game week of the season.
Yes.
Every other week is 3 or 4 games.
It is
so
a game heavy schedule down the stretch.
it's the opposite of what we had last year. Last year we started heavy and got lighter. This year it's actually pretty even through.
It
We've
is.
mostly had 3-game weeks.
Yeah.
Very few 4-game weeks. Yeah, so the first game was Friday night against Oshawa. We were at home at the Odd. Yeah, the major storyline here really is there was
Brian Bellows night.
There was Brian Bellows night, but there was also a weird patch on the offensive zone for the Rangers where they played twice, so first and third period, where players just kept slipping center ice as they went over the blue line.
Yeah.
They just couldn't stay on their feet. So that's the biggest storyline.
The
of
biggest
this game.
story.
Nothing else is to talk about.
Absolutely nothing else. Couldn't possibly be something very controversial that happened.
Yeah.
that a lot of people who
Oh.
have bad takes feel justified in their bad takes.
Ando basically scoring the first goal, but actually Anstis scored the first goal because he's an artist.
Yes, of course. He's the finisher.
He's
have
the
to
finisher.
Put the
Yeah.
Anstis finish on
Yeah,
it there.
just
of
a
course.
little hook.
Just a little.
Oh,
He looked at it and he said, "What does it need? It needs
Mwah.
that right there." And there you go.
And I love how humble we talked to Anstis after the game. We talked to Ando too after the game, but we talked to Anstis and I asked him about this goal, and he's I just had I knew where I needed my stick.
Yes.
And I was
we did post that interview. Yes, Avery Amst is very humble. Gave the credit to Ando.
Yeah.
A good teammate for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
He got his 7th of the season to open it up.
Man,
I know.
it's
and
awesome.
7 goals for Anstis in limited opportunities.
For sure.
This is the bottom line. And this team is we said to his face, this team is only getting deeper.
Yeah.
And you're still in the lineup because you force yourself into the lineup.
Yeah.
We can't take Avery Anstis out of the lineup.
No, he's-
I never ever see Avery Anstis not buzzing.
Yeah.
Okay, he's buzzing every time he's
Every
out
game.
there. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan
I
of
love
this kid.
watching this kid.
That was set up by, of course, Ananowski had the shot, but
Yeah.
Jared Woolley also touched the puck there
Yes, he
too.
did.
So there's his first point.
His first point as a Ranger, first game.
And then we're keeping it going with the new blood. Dylan Edwards scores his 20th from Pridham and Humphreys on the power
On the power play. Yeah.
Yes. So that's to start the second period.
And we've seen quite a bit of Edwards with Humphreys and Pridham, and that's a good look.
Yeah, on the power play, that first line power play now is so lethal.
Yeah.
You've got Sam O'Reilly taking a draw because that we didn't really talk too much about the acquisition of Sam O'Reilly, but we will in the context of these games. What they needed was size and grit, and they got that on the back end because they got both Ando and Woolley, and now that's a crazy shutdown first pairing.
Yeah.
Terrifying to be going up against those guys. And you need faceoffs. You got the best faceoff guy in the league, arguably.
Yeah.
Arguably the best faceoff guy
And he
in the
won
league.
some pretty good important faceoffs in this game.
Exactly.
And also, just as a reminder that obviously Mike McKenzie is listening to us for advice.
Yes.
Because when we had Babs on, that's what Babs said.
Yeah.
You need some size and grit, and you need some face-off luck.
Yeah. So that's 2-0 early in the second. And then Jared Woolley scores his 11th.
Let's not glaze over
how
this happened. This is a sequence of events that
I was just going to do the scoring summary, and then we could really dip into.
I think we should dig into it, because
Okay.
the only reason he scored is the sequence of events that happened going into this.
So he gets a checking from behind penalty.
Yep. 2 minutes.
2 minutes
in the box.
It wasn't
It was a
severe.
penalty.
It was just a penalty.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You hear checking from behind, you think,
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
yeah,
but it was
but
Owen.
it was what it was.
Yeah.
And then that was 8:54 into the second.
Yeah,
and
about
then,
40 seconds
and
later.
then about 40 seconds later, almost said an Ottawa 67, an Oshawa general is entering the zone.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a weird, like, bobbling the puck, and he turns and looks down. In this moment, Ando has already committed to throwing an enormous body check.
Yeah, huge open ice hit.
Huge open ice hit. If it lands clean, it's monstrous.
Yeah,
it's monstrous.
It's game-changing.
Yeah, it's humongous. It's one of those like hits that you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's huge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at that exact moment, and this is the problem, the person who is making the contact is responsible to not check the head,
Correct.
right? By letter of the law.
Yeah.
So just because he turns and he loses the puck and he looks down,
slows down a
he
little bit.
slows down a little bit. Yeah. And it puts him right on the tracks.
Yeah.
On the train tracks.
Yeah.
And the train comes through full bore.
Yeah.
And he makes contact with the head.
He does.
Thankfully, the player is okay.
He mostly took out Romano in this hit.
I was going to say the most unbelievable part of this was that nobody was hurt, because as he goes through the first kid, he hits Luca Romano after that, who's right behind there.
Yeah.
I think because the kid was slowly turning and looking away, the Oshawa general player, he gets hit and he it almost like his body momentum helped him, I think, from being like majorly injured. He was shaken up, but he was okay.
Yeah,
He got up. And Romano looked like he got the worst of it.
Yeah.
Because it was like full on Ando flying at you with his arms up. Like, it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It
was fine.
Yeah.
However, they reviewed it, obviously, for contact to the head, which is a major penalty.
Yeah.
It's a major penalty, and they throw him out for game misconduct.
Game misconduct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so then the Rangers are down 5-3 for a minute 20.
Yeah.
They kill off the penalty.
Yeah.
Which is then when Jared Woolley steps out of the box.
Yes.
Carson Campbell throws a bomb to him on the offensive blue line.
Beauty.
All by himself.
Yeah.
No defender anywhere near him.
Yeah, and just walks in and was patient and makes a little move and deposits it.
It was beautiful.
So that's 3-0.
Yes.
And then right at the end of the second, it was that
Andrew's
Oshawa,
favorite goal.
that last minute goal.
Yeah.
I was, but I don't think that this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And then the third period was super flat.
Oh,
So flat.
this was a period of it was like, I hate saying this, but this was a very boring period of hockey.
It was.
And there were, I think it was about 10 minutes into this period, there were less than 5 shots total.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of stuff happening in the neutral zone.
Yep.
The Rangers getting the puck.
Yep.
Crossing the blue line, having the puck taken away, it being put back in the neutral zone, things happening in the neutral zone, rinse, repeat, repeat.
Yeah.
It was a lot of time just spent trying to cross the line. Nobody could get into the zone.
Low event hockey.
Yes. It was
But the first two
painful.
periods were exciting.
For
So I
sure.
think it probably, if that third period, maybe it feels, I'm remembering it worse than it was, because the first two periods had so much going on.
Yeah, it was
that's-
one of those things where they were only up 3-1.
I
and
know.
The Rangers were dominating this game.
Yeah.
But they didn't have enough score.
There's been that's been a
I
thing
know.
with the Rangers, is they don't necessarily step on the neck.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I was never worried about this game. I never thought that this was in danger of being lost this game. But you and I kind of looked at each other and had the same. If they score a goal here, and it's they being Oshawa, and they're down 3-2, and then they pull the goalie or they draw a penalty or whatever, you could see this getting wacky and going to overtime. You could just see this going, this being like you played with your food a little bit, and here we are now, and now you got to try and score again to win the game.
And it almost happened because the goalie, they did pull their goalie, but he hadn't even made it off the ice yet. They hadn't got that extra player, and they scored, and it was 3-2.
Yep.
And they had a minute and a half, and the Rangers did inevitably score an empty netter. Humps got an empty netter.
Yep.
So it was 4-2 final, but there was about a minute solid of Oshawa pressure.
Yeah.
Where
it could have happened.
It only takes one shot.
It absolutely could have happened.
Yeah.
It was just one of those. We've seen this before. I don't know why they don't. We've also seen them thump teams. We've seen them thump teams when they like, you know what, we're going to do this. But we've seen this more often than that.
Yeah.
We've seen this where it's, okay, no, we got a couple goals. All right, let's just, as they say in soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, let's just park the buffs. Let's just kill time. Let's just rag the puck, that kind of thing. And it was just kind of like, all right, like, it's only a 2-goal game.
Yeah, it's a little close.
So
a little too close, even though you're dominating.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't have to worry about it. But like they only had 17 shots on Kirsch.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah,
it was. They're not good.
Yeah,
and it's because their window is closed, and this is their first year after the window closed.
That's what we said last week. Yeah, also can't give away free wins. You know?
No, so I'm glad that we got the 2 points, but it was a little kind of. I'd like to see them push harder.
I would have liked to see a 5-1 win. I think that's that's how they played.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we were in Owen Sound for a 7-4 win on the road.
Yeah.
This was a game where it was a weird one as well.
This was also a weird game.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much of this is because there's been so much chemistry shakeup.
Yeah.
And there's new players.
I think you're right.
Like that it's okay, like maybe things are going to be a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
Just in the short term. And now they've had time to practice and get to know each other and get to know what each other likes to do out there on the ice.
Yeah.
And maybe things will start to change. We will add on that Ananovsky was suspended.
Oh, he was suspended.
We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
So he is not in this game.
He wasn't in Owen Sound, and he won't be playing on Friday against Saginaw,
which is a bummer.
That's where the Andalorian was born.
Yes, it was. It was a Saginaw game. And I will say, you can't check to the head. Obviously, that's not something you can do.
Don't do that.
But it's also, I didn't think it was like a major predatory. It's just it was an open ice hit.
Yep.
I love them. I don't want that to ever go away.
No.
And sometimes that's going to happen, I guess.
Yep, it's true.
So
yeah.
So he'll sit, and that's fine.
That's fine. That's the way it goes. It
Yeah.
sucks that he had to sit his second game, but this game was completely different. Where this was like, the final score was 7-4. The final shots were 49-17 for the Rangers.
Yeah.
So I watched the third period of this game live. I didn't watch the first two periods. And then I went back and rewatched the first 2 periods the next day. And so I tuned in, and it was like 4-4 or something at that point. Because it was tied when I started watching, or 3-3 maybe. Mm-hmm. And the shots were like 35-12. And I was like, Andrew, what's happening in this game? Like, why did they get 3 shots on 3 goals on 12 shots?
Yeah.
I'm like, Schabel having a rough night, defense having a rough night. And essentially your response to me was like, they're not shooting, but when they do shoot, it's like really good shots. Like, their shot selection was really solid.
And they did a good job of putting traffic in front of Schabel.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things, like all 3 had traffic. One of them was a deflection.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those things where one was like this like wrister from the blue line that like nobody saw. And it was just, it was a nice snipe.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things that like, it was surprising that it went in and it was a wrist shot from that far out.
Right.
But there was bodies. It was just chaos in front. But it's funny because like they were getting dominated in the play, but then it would be like there'd be these breakdowns, and Owen Sound would just capitalize on a perfectly set up play where you've got bodies, you've got somebody that you want taking that shot at the point. It was a strange one.
I'm sure the Corsi for this game was like 75% for the Rangers.
Yes.
Like they just so dominant. It looked like the Colorado
advanced statistics.
Advanced statistics where it takes into effect more than just shots on goal. It takes into it like the danger of the shots.
Yeah,
and-
expected goals for, all that kind of stuff.
and possession time and things like that.
Yeah.
So advanced analytics. But you watch teams like, if you're watching the NHL this year, like the Colorado Avalanche, like they just stranglehold different teams, and that's what this
It's
game.
all possession, right?
Yeah.
It's just like they always have the puck.
You can't get scored against if you always have the puck.
Exactly.
And
And
this
this
game
is
was
what this
super
was
weird.
like, except Owen Sound was scoring basically every time they had the puck.
And they just couldn't get away from them. It felt like they kept being chased down. I was like,
I know.
guys.
The Bayshore bounce back is what that
apparently.
was. Jack Pridham, of course, gets the scoring started. 24th of the year from
Insane.
Christian Humphreys. The only other goal in the first was an Owen Sound goal, so they tie it up. And then going into the second period, it's 1-1, but very quickly, Tanner Lamb gets his first of 3 in this game, the Tanner Lamb Revenge
Spoilers.
Tour. Yeah, come on. Unless you're dead and under a rock.
There are at least one person who's just getting only
Under a rock.
all their Kitchener Rangers news comes from this
comes straight
podcast.
from, spoiler alert, Tanner Lamb gets 3 in this one. The Tanner Lamb Revenge Tour is never going to stop.
Nope.
Tanner Lamb scores his 11th of the year. He was assisted by Alexander Bilecki, who's having a whale of a season.
Totally.
And Luca Romano on the power play. This is like the second unit right now. It was nice to see them buzzing this game. And then Peanut O'Reilly gets his 13th of the year, assisted from Jack Pridham. And of course, that was shorthanded. There you go. There's our other shorthanded debut goal of the year.
Yeah.
Now, there
Also, Peanut's his nickname.
Peanut's his nickname because he has a peanut allergy. That's a fun fact, unless
Seems mean.
there's a peanut around. And Lenny Greenberg for Owen Sound now makes it 3-2 for the Rangers. And then Tanner Lamb, about 30 seconds later in the middle of the period, scores his second, unassisted. It was all Tanner Lamb.
Yep.
And then Jake Crawford, who has 10 on the year and has been all over the score sheet when they play the Rangers. He scores with about 2.5 minutes left, which makes it 4-3 going into the third.
Way too close.
Yeah, way too close for this game.
At this point, they're up like 32 shots to 11.
It is. And they have 3 goals. And this is when you came into the conversation and you're like, wait, what happened? Is Shaw having a rough game? I'm like, not really. No, just kind of like 3 good goals. I don't know how to describe this
Shuffle
one.
totally looked great in this game. Like
He looked fine. It was.
I
I just didn't think it was anybody's fault.
No.
This is just they're going in.
Owen Sound can score when they
can.
and we knew that.
Yeah, we talked about that. Tanner Lamb completes the hat trick to open the third period about 4 minutes in from Andrew Vermeulen, which was good to get Andrew on the score sheet. And Alexander Bilecki had another assist, and that was the game winner, as it would turn out.
Yeah.
Also a spoiler. But then guess what? Friend of the pod that we said, please stop scoring against us.
Yeah.
Noah Roberts gets his 3rd of the year, 2 of them against the Kitchener Rangers.
Correct.
He's a defenseman, so that tracks.
Yep. I guess he's good at hockey too.
He is very good at hockey. Absolutely. I'm a fan because he's a fan, I guess. And then Gabriel Charrot, he scores his 16th of the year, his first as a Kitchener Ranger, which was an empty netter corner pocket billiards goal.
The pool man.
He bounced it off the boards. You want to talk about the Bayshore bounce?
Yeah.
This is where the Bayshore bounce went. It was on the sideboards now.
Yeah.
I heard them talking about it during this game. You probably missed it live because I don't know if you heard it when you went back, but they talked about it. And it was a player safety issue. I guess the boards had so much give that it was
just like too much.
Yeah.
It's like getting hit twice.
Which makes sense. Yeah. And then Jack Pridham scored a nifty, quick little one at the end there. That wasn't an empty netter.
No.
But he's just got that filthy shot. And now he's got 25 on the year. So the chase for 50 is officially on.
It's officially
Yeah.
on,
And he is scoring so much more than he did in the first quarter of the season.
Yeah.
The second quarter of the season, his shots are going in way more.
Oh, yeah.
So if he's going to do it, he
we
can
knew
do
the
it.
regression was coming. 'Cause
Absolutely.
He looked so good in the first half.
Yeah.
And
And Luca Romano got the assist on that one.
Yeah,
So
there you
it's
go.
good because I wouldn't say Romano is having a bad year by any means. I think he's a very skilled player. I think he does exactly what you need him to do. He's like the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been scoring a lot of points or goals. So it's just good for confidence levels to be like, all right, especially with all these players coming in, that he is now starting to produce.
Yeah, for
Which,
sure.
I mean, if he's producing and you've got
Then you're
Dylan
all- then
Edwards
you're
and
all
Sherratt and O'Reilly and all these guys, like, you're good.
Yeah. All right, so we won 2 games. So
Yeah.
obviously we have to do 3-star.
We
Andrew,
do.
who is your 3rd star?
Okay, my 3rd star. I just can't quit you.
Yeah.
Jack Pridham is my 3rd star
Okay.
of the week because he had multi-point games in both
5
games.
points in 2.
Yeah.
He just happened to be my 2nd star.
Exactly.
so-
He could have been the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd star.
Yeah.
I given him the 3rd star because I want to profile some other players
Yeah.
in the 1st and 2nd star.
Yeah, we always say we can't put Jack Pridham in our 3 stars, but it's how can you not?
I know, and this is the thing: is it's not a science.
No.
It's an art. And it was funny because last episode we were talking about we didn't do 3 stars for all those games, and you were like, "It's Jack Pridham."
It's Jack Pridham.
He had 2 hat tricks and a 2-goal game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 3rd star is all the new guys. So the
Nice. Just throw them all out there.
Yeah, O'Reilly, Sherratt, Edwards, Woolley, and Ando, who's not new but returning, all got points in these 2 games.
There you go.
Great contribution to the team.
Well, this is gonna be redundant.
Oh,
now.
no.
My 2nd star is Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I don't think we've talked about it enough on this pod because we've really only had a couple episodes of Dylan Edwards in the Dylan Edwards era.
Yeah.
What a skater.
Yeah, I know.
This guy is an unbelievable skater.
He's such a great compliment to that Pridham and Humphreys line.
He's
Like,
so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like blazing speed.
yes, there's been a lot less icing since.
Yeah, he takes off, and it's a magical sight. He
is.
is an unbelievable skater. The wheels, the gold perk wheels, Dylan Edwards has them. Yeah.
So my 2nd star was Pridham for 5
Yep.
points in 2 games.
Yep.
I bet our 1st star is both Tanner Lamb.
Tanner Lamb.
Yep.
course.
Hat trick.
Yep.
Yep.
Tanner Lamb.
The revenge tour.
Yeah, the revenge tour, because the bottom line is for me, Tanner Lamb is getting bumped down by all of these
sure.
traits. All right. Tanner Lamb is a great player. He's not necessarily a 1st round draft pick great player like Sam O'Reilly, right? That's the bottom line. We saw him go undrafted last year and he took it personally, and now we're seeing it. He scored a hat trick. He's not even really a goal scorer. He's
He's a
beautiful goal scorer.
Yes.
Like when he scores them, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But he's not a shoot first mentality.
No.
He's a playmaker. He wants to carry the puck and try and set something up.
Yeah.
Like that. It reflects in his stats.
Yep.
But like when he scores them, they are very filthy.
Yes.
Like he just has so much skill.
Yeah.
I'm certain that the scouts are watching him being like,
Dear God.
this guy didn't go last year?
Tanner Lamb, please feel free to use all of our. We sent all our footage to Jackson Parsons last year, and then he got a contract.
It was
So,
all us. Yeah.
It was all us. So feel free, make a reel of us.
Yes.
Pumping your brakes,
There-
hitting your gas,
There are pumping your brakes. Yeah. No, filling your
filling
gassing
your
you
tank,
up. Gassing you
me
up. Somebody remixed a awesome clip of Avery Anstis
Yeah.
with our voiceover. We love it.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Tanner Lamb remix of, like, we've said so much about him. Tanner Lamb revenge tour. Tanner Lamb's a bad man. That defenseman had a family. Throw it all out there. I want to see it.
Put it in.
Putting it in the universe.
Yeah.
We'll use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, so those 3 stars. And then coming up this week, now we got a 3-game week this week. Friday night, we're at home at the Odd against Saginaw. Sunday, we're at home against the Guelph Storm.
Yep.
And then on Wednesday, we are in Windsor to face the Spitfires, which is a good matchup.
That's a big test.
Yes. Yeah. We are. We'll talk. We may as well talk about this now.
Yeah.
The standings are crazy. Like the fact that Flint has taken over as top spot. So Brantford is now in second. Remember, they didn't lose in regulation until American Thanksgiving.
I know.
And
And when half their team went away.
yeah, to the World Juniors,
And it
they've been in a
cooled
bit
off
of a
bit.
flunk.
Yeah.
Funk. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Flint is now in the lead, which is crazy. And
Flint
now,
is very good. It came out of nowhere,
yeah,
but Flint is
I would
good.
never have expected it. I still don't believe it when I see it.
They're big and they're skilled. That's
Right.
an issue.
And the Rangers are Windsoring Windsor
They
this
are.
year. Flint and Windsor are the top of that division.
They have the most points, the two of them. You know what I mean? Like they
Yes.
have more points than the Rangers.
They do. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They have more points than the Rangers, but the Rangers are leading their division, so they have the second spot in the conference.
Which shoe was on the other foot last year.
Yes. So this is an interesting payback. I hope the series doesn't end the same in the opposite,
That's true.
because Luke Elena scoring for Windsor would be weird. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the standings are a little strange. So yes, this Windsor game on Wednesday next week is pretty important
Huge.
to see how our team stacks up, because
Huge.
Windsor's putting them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyways,
Joey Costanzo is
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable. He leads the league with 4 shutouts. He's playing out of his mind. I think he was motivated by that last year. Like they had it in the bag and they
Yeah.
were going to go off and play the Knights. And then we all know what happened.
Yeah.
Jackson Parsons take over. Kitchener Rangers take over, reverse sweep. But Costanzo has not missed a beat.
no,
this
she looks like what we expected Carter George to be doing this year.
Yeah,
And-
for sure.
and
Who
he's-
got traded?
who got
we
traded,
didn't talk
yeah.
about that to the
Yeah.
Sioux, which scares me because the Sioux
Now all
were
of a sudden the
already
Sioux
a
is-
problem.
Yes.
They're already a problem for the Kitchener
Well,
Rangers.
for the Rangers
Now I want to
specifically.
see now with Jared Woolley and Matthew Ananovsky.
I think that
I
was
think
the
it's a little
difference.
different now.
That was a little bit of a head game that the Sioux won. Was
Yeah, it
the,
was-
the physical mentality.
Every time we
of it.
played them, or both times we played them, they came out and punched us in the face.
Yeah.
And so now it's going to be different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will be interesting. The second half of the season,
It's going to be interesting.
it's going to be real interesting. Okay. Saginaw Friday. Saga not great.
Saga not going to be in the playoffs.
Not going to be in the playoffs. We are 2-0-1, like shootout loss against
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That was the last game actually we lost in the shootout
Yeah,
against Saginaw. Another one of those games where it was like we just couldn't wring the neck.
I know. And that's what I was referencing was those types of
Yeah.
games, right? So
The Saginaw's had a little bit of better luck lately. They're 6-4 in their last 10. So
Yeah.
they're looking a little bit better.
yeah,
But they have the most goals against in the league with 171 against. So
and they might squeak into the playoffs. They might.
yeah, because there's only like 4 teams that don't make it. So.
I know.
And then we play Guelph on Sunday.
Yep.
We are 3-1 against them, but they've been a very different team since Luchenko got traded. So
Mhm.
they waited for Luchenko to come back. They looked really good for a long time, and then now that they won the Memorial Cup, now they're just coasting till next year.
Actually, I just want to say there's actually 6 teams that don't make it.
Oh really? Oh yeah, because
Yeah, because Gatineau and Ruin Noranda, they're in the Eastern Conference.
such a disadvantage.
So it's 12 in the East, and now it's only 10 in the West.
right.
Yeah.
So they're at such a disadvantage for joining halfway through.
Oh,
the
you know who's
season.
coming over? Brantford. Brantford will come over to the West.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
Finally, we can have the Brantford rivalry.
I know. That's great.
This
So
is
it'll
good.
be 11 and 11.
Perfect.
I'm telling you, we're breaking
I
this
think
news.
we broke this news.
we broke this news. Yeah. I'm excited. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Guelph. Guelph is 3-6-0-1 in their last 10, so less great.
Yeah.
And they have the second most goals against with 170 this season. So
Yeah.
they are if these 2 games, the Rangers should score a lot of goals.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
what they think. Anyways, okay. So those are those 2 games. Then we play Windsor. And yeah, they're good.
They're very good. They have 160 goals for and only 100 against as of time of recording.
Yes.
To put that into perspective, the Rangers have 141 for and 110 against.
Yes. And
So-
the Ottawa 67s are the only one with less goals against.
Yes,
So
that's true.
it's very opposite.
Not true. Gatineau and Rui
Zero
have
goals
0,
against.
which is incredible.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Halfway through the season,
Shut
0
down
goals.
teams.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not scoring.
They haven't scored a single goal either. So, yeah, real pain.
Yeah.
A lot of shootouts over in Quebec.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah, that's our games for this week.
Yeah, exciting. I'm excited to hopefully see the foot on the neck, the killer instinct.
I'd love to see
And
that. too.
then I want to see how we're going to deal with Windsor.
the only
The firepower.
It's really the only thing I want from the London mentality is
Yeah.
the foot on the neck.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything else you can leave in London.
Absolutely. Yes.
Everything else.
Yeah, especially your Subway sandwiches.
Yeah. Leave your jersey at home. Andrew, we got some news. NHL Central Scouting posted something.
Yes, very exciting. The midterm rankings for this upcoming draft this year were released, and we've got a couple prospects ranked pretty high.
Yep.
For North American skaters, Alexander Bilecki is ranked 38th overall, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
You think about it's just North American. There's a separate list for European, but you got to think that's pretty good for your possibility of getting drafted to be that high. And our pal in between the pipes, who always looks good the more he gets to play, Jason Schabel, is officially ranked as the 29th overall goalie in North America.
Yeah.
So pretty good as well.
Also pretty awesome.
I think that could be higher if he gets more opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that the best is yet to come
Yeah.
with Jason Schabel. And let's not forget Jackson Parsons never got drafted.
Never got drafted.
So don't worry about it, no matter what happens. It's just like Trent Swick and Jackson Parsons said to each other.
Yep.
There's always another shot. Just keep doing it. There's always another way.
Yeah.
Just it's not too late.
Yeah, give her.
It's
Man,
not too late
man.
for us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's too late for me.
It's getting late, actually. I go to bed pretty early.
Yeah.
So
My lower back couldn't
yeah.
handle.
No. I'm
Also, my lack of skating skills.
that's a problem.
Having not skated
Yeah.
in the first.
Goalies don't need to be able to skate.
I don't know. I saw Jason Schaubel scoring some goals. So.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm not serious. That's being sarcastic.
Speaking of goalies, we didn't talk about this, but Christian Kirsch wearing his Switzerland goalies with his Kitchener Rangers uniform.
Oh, his pads?
Oh,
Unreal.
it works so well.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It looks so great.
He looks so cool.
I'm like, man, dude.
That's so
They're
cool.
great pads all on their own, but with the Kitchener Ranger,
Yeah,
like,
it's just they're red and white,
Oh,
right?
it's so
Because of
good.
the Swiss, and it's just the Swiss logo from the flag, like
Yeah.
the Swiss flag, and
Man,
oh man, and
love
it
it.
comes together perfectly on his pads.
Yeah.
It's like one of the coolest setups I've ever seen.
100%.
He wore the Rangers mask at the World.
Yeah, he's all in.
yeah.
So that's great. And then, before we get too far away, of course, we're recording on Tuesday. So tomorrow night is the OHL Prospects game, the
Yep.
McMuffin Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
And we got lucky there. So can only help his prospects by
The day after his birthday. Happy birthday, Connor.
Bilecki? Connor
It's his-
Bilecki?
Connor McDavid.
Oh, him.
Yeah. It's his birthday today. That's
Yeah.
why we're recording in
Oh.
honor of him.
I will be cheering for him in February.
Yes.
And then, of
what
course-
a joy that will be for you for
I
the
did it-
first time.
Well, second time.
Oh, yeah, true. Four Nations. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, the coaching staff and bench
Yes.
staff are doing the
So exciting.
for the Western team. So
That's great.
it's awesome. Yeah, the
Send
juice
all
and
those guys.
the Juice Box crew,
Yeah.
the Juice Box
So
boys.
we're running practice tomorrow.
We are. Everyone better put their sandbags on because, oh, wait.
We're sandbagging.
We're
this.
sagging
They're like,
bagging
what? What does that mean?
You're literally wearing
It
sandbags.
means you don't really need to do anything. You don't need to try very hard.
We're-
That's-
Team road trip to McDonald's.
yeah.
Hey, shout out to our new buddy Griffin.
We're putting those. Sorry, I got to go back on this. Team road trip to McDonald's. We're putting those chicken McNugget claims to the test.
Yeah, we're doing the chicken
Some
McNugget.
of them said they could eat 70.
Yeah, I want to see.
I
it.
wanna see it.
That's practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
Except Bilecki. He doesn't get to
Yes.
come.
No.
He's got a game tomorrow night.
No, but
The other guy's got a day to burn off all that sodium.
yeah, 70 chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine the bloating after
I cannot imagine. When I was
you're
in
faced with double in size.
When I was in university, there was a promo on at the local McDonald's that was 25-cent nuggets. I think it was for like the Super Bowl or something
Right.
like that. And there were 4 of us. And we went in there like late at night.
Oh, no.
And we were like, we want 80 nuggets. And it was 20 each. It
Yeah.
wasn't even
Not
and
huge.
they looked at us like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And it was probably like 10 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
they had to get the
They
deep
were-
fryers
they were
going.
so
They're
unhappy with
so
you.
mad.
Yeah.
But it was like 20 nuggets each, even back then in university. It was a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be easy.
No.
And then you get to the 20th one, you're like, what am I
Ugh,
doing?
What
with
am I
my
doing?
life?
Yeah. It's not hot anymore.
It's not hot. and
That's
it's-
really the problem
You
with
don't want to
McDonald's.
see another one of them, right?
That's the problem with McDonald's foods. As soon as it's not hot,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
yeah. That's not actually the problem with
Yeah.
McDonald's food.
Okay.
It's
among-
one of the
among
problems.
other things.
Yeah.
Okay. Huge shout out to our new buddy Griffin,
Yes.
who we met after the game on Friday night. Fist bump
Yes.
and thanks for calling us over and
Yeah,
saying
Griffin
hey.
with the head of lettuce.
Yeah, oh,
Yes.
man.
Yeah,
Dude.
the locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous. You can see.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not.
I'm actually not. I love not having anything. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and thank you. Like, often we've said this before, but often at the Odd, we'll have people come up to us and say hey and
Yeah.
say they love the pod, or just give us a funny anecdote about something.
Or just
that
give
they-
you a little nudge
Yeah.
because they don't want to walk through the shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which happened to Justin.
Yep.
None other than the Juice.
Yeah.
Respected the OudPod shot
Yeah.
in the hallway.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm interviewing Ando. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the Juice walking towards us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's just going to walk like in front, and I was just going to pause
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him. And I see him veering towards Justin, and Justin is like pretty far back. There's not a lot of room between the wall and Justin.
Not a way to get through.
There's not a way to get. You see, just you. Very lightly,
Yeah, I know,
but
it
like
wasn't-
very politely.
No, there was no. It was.
But it was so funny, and it was almost more distracting for me than if he had just walked through the show.
Yeah. 100%. Me too.
Yeah.
I was just filming, and I
And
was
then
like,
all of a sudden, Yuzi was kind of
have
just
no-
like nudging
I
past
did
you.
not hear the last bit of that interview
No.
because I was, I just got pushed by UCO.
I texted you later on that night being like, I'm thinking back to when he just shoved you out of the way. You were in the way.
I was in the way.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
It was a 2-minute.
But he
interview.
respected the shot. So he
respected the
respects
shot.
the odd pod. He respects what we do here.
Well,
Enough to not ruin it. Enough to not ruin it.
Enough to not create an international incident with Finland.
He so badly didn't want to be in our content that he literally
because you might have dragged him in. Whether
You should come over here.
you wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have.
But
I wouldn't have.
in his mind,
He thought
You
if
could
I
have.
go there,
there's
sucker
not
me in.
There's a greater than 0% chance of me getting sucked into this.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
So it wasn't really about respecting the shot. It was just about never
Avoiding.
being on the odd.
never being in earshot of us while we have a microphone. Yeah.
Fair. All right, Andrew, we got some thank yous.
We do.
Thank you to Ken Bourne, Director of Branding and
Papa
Marketing.
Born, thank you.
Of course, shout out to our prodigal producer, Liam.
The Phenom.
Thank you to Tim for writing, producing, editing, creating, directing. I ran out of words.
Removing my pops. Removing my pops. We have a pop filter now, but I just moved it. If you're only listening, I removed the pop filter. Tim I can't stand this. It's a sound guy's nightmare.
Sound guy's nightmare.
Yeah.
Justin and his lips.
Yeah.
But thank you to Tim. Of course, shout out to JJ for doing our voiceover for our intro music.
Yep.
A shout out to the Kitchener Public Library Southwest Branch.
Yes.
Love this
spicy.
little space.
It's a spicy space.
It's a spicy space.
It's a spicy space.
Maybe new and improved video next week. We'll
It's a
see.
spicy space. Yes, I would love that.
And Andrew,
We'll
how
shoot
can you
for
find
that.
us on the social medias?
You can find us on the TikToks and the Instagrams at the Odd Podcast. And you can find us on the YouTubes, a series of tubes that the internet is on with visuals. You can just Google the Odd Pod. We come up. That's one of the first links is the YouTube page, which is cool because it's owned by Google. So just do it that way.
Cool. And if you wanted to email us or find our web URL,
Yes. No, you can email us at hello@theoddpod.com.
oddpod.com.
Oddpod.com. I got my 19-month-old, which is how you refer to very small children. You count the months. The year and a half old that runs my life, I got him to say oddpod.
Oddpod. If you can record him saying oddpod.com.
It's no one's gonna figure it out. I speak his language. I know what he's saying.
We'll put it in the end.
I never understood how parents know what their kids are saying. I know exactly what he's saying. Yeah.
My daughter mostly does this. And then I say fireball.
And she's just give me some water.
Yeah, just give me some freaking food, man. And Andrew, as always,
Yes.
you can find us at
The Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
See you beyond.
Fireball! Fireball!
Fireball! Fireball!
Fireball!